Hi everyone, Letty here. Welcome to day 30 of my Christmas in July crafty series. Today I'm making a Trifold Traveler's Notebook Folio using Crepe Paper's Busy Sidewalks. Welcome back everyone. So for hashtag PPP Christmas in July, I'm taking out Busy Sidewalks again by Crepe Paper. I've done already at least one project with this. This is a really cute collection. It came out, I think, a few years ago maybe. It is older. It did not come out this year. So I do have this sticker book that I'll be using today. I also have a pack of ephemera. I'm going to use a few pieces from here. I showed this in one of my previous videos, and so this is what comes in that little pack. I also have these little puffies. I won't be using this, but I just wanted to show you just in case you're interested in some pieces from this line. I've already used some of the little puffy stickers for some nail file holders. And then I also have some of the pieces of paper. I've already used some, but I still have one sheet of these tags left over. They are double-sided. I've already cut one whole sheet and I have half of the tags that I'm going to use for today's project. I have a piece of a scrap here. These are two of the patterns that come in this collection. Then we have this super fun sort of gingerbread cookie collection with polka dots. We've got a real pretty plaid and then a busy pattern. We've got some kind of trees, some stripes, and then I like this one, the little presents, super fun with some red polka dots, very festive. We have another plaid. I like that plaid with the snowflakes with the green background. And then we have some candy canes with some more snowflakes, but with a red background. So again, this is Busy Sidewalks by Crepe Paper. There probably are some additional sheets in that collection, but these are the ones I have. Today, I'm going to use 2 sheets of 12 by 12 for my project. And I will also be bringing in the sticker book and the ephemera pack and some of those cut up tags to make a Trifold Traveler Notebook, which is a TN folio. So this is just a little Trifold folio that has a TN notebook right on the inside. So when you open it, you have a little TN right in the middle, a Traveler's Notebook where you can write, add your memory keeping, you can do whatever you want, journal, add pictures, notes, lists, whatever. And then we've got pockets on both the left and the right hand side. I did already add some tags into this first one that I had made. I also cut up some of my scraps, made little journaling cards. So these are great if you're going to use it for the holiday. You can keep your receipts, you can do your shopping lists, your gift lists. I mean, just about anything that you want to do with these. Journal, make a December daily. It's super fun, and it's super flat because once you close it, and you can close it any which way you want. You can do the left on top or the right on top. I did the right side on top. It's pretty flat. I did a Velcro dot for the closure. What's neat though is it actually can fit in a number 10 envelope. So here's just a sample of the number 10 envelope box. So you can make them, send them to a friend. It'll probably cost a little extra shipping, but it's super fun, happy mail. Okay, so for our project, again, I'm using 2 sheets of 12 by 12 double-sided paper. I've already picked these 2 papers for my project today. I'm going to use that candy cane paper for my cover and then the other paper for my little TN. So let's first cut down the actual folio paper. So you're going to cut it at 9 inches from either the top or the bottom. So just turn it once and you've got a paper that's 12 by 9 and then you've got a scrap. Save all your scraps. We're going to need those in just a bit. So then for the actual Traveler's Notebook, what you're going to do is go ahead and cut it at 7 1/4 on the 12-inch side, and this is vertical up and down because that'll give you the widest paper, just like this, and then turn it on its side and cut it at 8 3/4 on the 12-inch side. So again, you're going to want to save those scraps. Your TN paper will be 7 1/4 by 8 3/4, and then those scraps, we're going to use them for some pockets or even just for decoration. So we've got 2 papers here. We've got one for the TN, one for the folio, and then some scraps. Then I'm also bringing in 10 sheets of copy paper. This is 8.5 by 11, just copy weight paper. I'm going to cut it at 7 inches on the 11-inch side. You see here, I'm just cutting it at 4, which is the opposite. So it'll be 7 inches wide by 8.5 inches high. I'm going to just cut about 10 sheets worth total. You can do as little or as many as you want. I find that 10 is just a good rounded number. I do have a bonus project for you if this is something that you want to use that extra scrap white paper for. I'll link it down below for you. I've done this project on my channel before. I'll link that project as well. So let's go ahead and score this folio. So you're going to face it down, the pattern that you want for your cover, face down, and then score it at 4 and at 8 on that 12-inch side, just like this. So we've got 2 scores, again, on that 12-inch side. Then what you'll do is just go ahead and fold and enforce both of the sides. And so you're basically making your trifold for the folio. And as far as your cover, you can decide which side you want to be the flap. You can do right or left. I'm going to go ahead and make the right-hand side my cover, which is where I'll connect it with the Velcro dot. So it is trifold. It's got like a 3, almost like a brochure. It has 3 sides. Now let's assemble the TN. So what you're going to do is turn it face down, as far as the outside of the cover face down. And then, so just make sure which paper you want, and see how it's so much red. I'm going to have that green kind of showing. So then align your stack of white paper, your copy paper, right in the middle. You'll have about a 1/8 border all the way around, just like that. And then what you'll do is you're going to use a long arm stapler. And I do have one of these down listed in my description box below for you. I found a cheap one on Amazon. I've linked it down below for you. Turn your stack over and then staple at 3 5/8 on the 7 1/4 side. I do 3 staples right down the middle just to make my spine. And so again, this is a long arm stapler. If you're not familiar with it, you basically can staple very far in. This one goes into about 12 inches. I only needed 3 5/8 for this one. Enforce the spine, so just fold it in half, sort of press it down with your bone folder, and you can open the TN and kind of help align that spine a little bit more for you if you want. So then we're going to take our foundation folio here. I have, make sure that it's upright. And then all I'm going to do is glue the little traveler notebook right into the inside panel. And I'm gluing it down because to me, this is one of those projects where I'm going to fill it up and then I'm just going to leave it just like that. It's not one that I would want to keep reusing the outside cover foundation for multiple times. I can just make another one since it was just made with 2 sheets of paper. So I'm just gluing it right in. Then with my scraps, what I'm going to do is make some pockets for both sides. I'm also going to use some of the scraps to do some decoration on the front of my TN. So with the larger scraps, I'm going to make those pockets. I'm just going to cut them down to 9 inches, which is the height of my folio. And then I'm going to cut them in half. So I've already done that off camera. I have already glued the right-hand side. I'm going to glue the left-hand side with you. There was a thinner strip that was about 3 inches wide. I cut it in half. And then there was a thicker one, and I cut that one in half, and it's about 2 3/8. So I've got 2 separate little pockets. Now, ordinarily, I would probably put the thicker one on the inside, just like this. But because it's too much red, I am going to flip it. And so I'm going to have just a little peek of that pink, the candy cane paper, kind of pop out right in between. And the way that I'm going to show you how to glue it is you can actually have a deep pocket. Even though that little paper was real short, we're still going to have deeper pockets. And so the smaller scraps, I'm going to cut these down and either make journaling cards to fit into the pockets just like this, or what I'll do is add them to decorate the front of my cover. So let's go ahead and glue these 2 pocket papers down. So I did also round the corners. I used the We Are Memory Keepers corner chomper. I used the 1/2 inch corner rounder. That is totally optional. You don't have to round. So for that middle pocket, I'm just going to glue at the top and the bottom, and I'm going to put it kind of right in the middle of my panel here. And so that will allow me to have a deep pocket. You see that? If I glue the entire bottom section of that little pocket, my pocket would be very short. So I'm going to just glue the top and the bottom. And then on the outer corner part of the pocket, I am going to glue all 3 sides and just leave the opening side open. So this is our TN folio base. It's ready to go. It's a trifold TN folio. The last step will be just to decorate. You could also turn this big scrap into like a bookmarker and kind of leave it sticking out at the top. You could round the corners, laminate it. You could do a ton of stuff with that one big scrap. I am going to go ahead and use it as one of my inserts for my folio. And then I'm going to use those smaller scraps to decorate the front. But before I do, let's go ahead and bring out some Velcro dots. These are from Dollar Tree. I think they come 22 a pack. I'm just going to pair them up. And then with the sticky ends on the side, I'm going to add my little dot to the right hand side, flip it over, press it down, and just kind of seal it right in place. And that will help seal it. So if you didn't want to use Velcro dots, you could do a closure with just some ribbon or some twine or seam binding. Again, I find that Velcro dots are just super, super inexpensive and super efficient as well. So I'm going to go ahead and decorate this, my second TN that we did on camera here, and I'll do a full recap up next. So this is, again, a Trifold Traveler's Notebook or TN folio using the Busy Sidewalks collection by Crate Paper. I decorated the front, used a few of those ephemera pieces and some of the stickers. I did add some stickers on the inside as well. You see one down at the bottom right here on my folio, or the TN part, and then on the corner, and then also on the paper. So you can decorate as much as you want. You can add stamping. You can do just whatever your little heart desires just to decorate this. You also could leave it plain, especially let the paper just sort of be the showcase. So again, this was a Trifold Traveler's Notebook folio. I'm using Busy Sidewalks by Crate Paper for this project. Here is their logo, and here's what it looked like. And again, this was for the hashtag PPP Christmas in July crafty series, where I'm releasing a new video every month. We're at the very end stretch. I've got just today and tomorrow left. Here's a link to my Christmas crafty playlist that has even more inspiration. Happy holiday crafting, everyone.